Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar, and with me is Reshma Tiwari with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to use local non-plastic bags this festive season. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister calls for intensifying Vocal for Local campaign, asks citizens to break all previous records of buying khadi, handloom or handicraft products. Mr. Modi expresses confidence in power of public participation to eliminate tuberculosis in India by 2025. Prime Minister hails renaming of Chandigarh Airport after Shaheed Bhagat Singh. Government to launch Swachh Toykathon, a unique competition to make toys from waste tomorrow. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh interacts with Indian diaspora in US, says this is the best time to invest in India as the country fast becoming investment destination for the world. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov backs India's bid for permanent seat in the UN Security Council. North Korea fires ballistic missile into the sea off east coast of Korean Peninsula ahead of the US-South Korea joint drills. And in cricket, the third and the final T20 international between India and Australia underway in Hyderabad. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asked citizens to intensify Vocal for Local campaign on the occasion of Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary on the 2nd of October and the upcoming festive season. Addressing the nation in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio this morning, Mr. Modi requested people to break all previous records of buying products of khadi, handloom or handicrafts this time.
बीते वर्षों से हमारे त्योहारों के साथ देश का एक नया संकल्प भी जुड़ गया है। आप सब जानते हैं ये संकल्प है वोकल फॉर लोकल का। अब हम त्योहारों की खुशी में अपने लोकल कारीगरों को, शिल्पकारों को और व्यापारियों को भी शामिल कर आने वाले 2 अक्टूबर को बापू की जयंती के मौके पर हमें इस अभियान को और तेज करने का संकल्प लेना है। खादी, हैंडलूम, हैंडीक्राफ्ट ये सारे प्रोडक्ट के साथ साथ लोकल सामान जरूर खरीदें। इस समय यह अभियान इसलिए भी खास है क्योंकि आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के दौरान हम आत्मनिर्भर भारत का भी लक्ष्य लेकर चल रहे हैं। इसलिए मेरा आपसे निवेदन है कि इस बार खादी, हैंडलूम या हैंडीक्राफ्ट इस प्रोडक्ट को खरीदने के आप सारे रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दें।
The Prime Minister said that a festive spirit has engulfed the country and tomorrow is the first day of Navaratri where Ma Shailputri will be worshipped. He said a profound message of attainment of Siddhi through discipline and restraint is hidden in the Indian festivals. He stated that the resolution of Vocal for Local has been associated with these festivals. He stressed that local artisans, craftsmen and traders are included in the celebration of festivals. Mr. Modi expressed his disapproval of the usage of polythene bags for packing and packaging during festivals. He said that the harmful litter of polythene on the festivals observing cleanliness is against the spirit of Indian festivals. He urged people to use only locally made non-plastic bags.
हमने देखा है त्योहारों पर पैकिंग और पैकेजिंग के लिए पॉलीथीन बैग्स का भी बहुत इस्तेमाल होता रहा है। स्वच्छता के पर्वों पर पॉलीथीन का नुकसानकारक कचरा ये भी हमारे पर्वों की भावना के खिलाफ है। इसलिए हम स्थानीय स्तर पर बने हुए नॉन प्लास्टिक बैग्स का ही इस्तेमाल करें। हमारे यहाँ जूट के, सूत के, केले के ऐसे कितने ही पारंपरिक बैग का चलन एक बार फिर से बढ़ रहा है। ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम त्योहारों के अवसर पर इनको बढ़ावा दें और स्वच्छता के साथ अपने और पर्यावरण के स्वास्थ्य का भी ख्याल रखें।
Touching upon the subject of tuberculosis, the Prime Minister hailed the people coming forward to adopt TB patients and taking the lead in ensuring a nutritious diet for these patients. Mr. Modi expressed confidence that with this power of public participation, India will be free from TB by 2025.
पिछले दिनों देश में समाज सेवा की इसी भावना की एक और झलक देखने को मिली। आपने भी देखा होगा कि लोग आके आकर किसी न किसी टीबी से पीड़ित मरीज को गोद ले रहे हैं, उसके पौष्टिक आहार का बीड़ा उठा रहे हैं। दरअसल ये टीबी मुक्त भारत अभियान का एक हिस्सा है जिसका आधार जन भागीदारी है, कर्तव्य भावना है। सही पोषण से ही सही समय पर मिली दवाइयों से टीबी का इलाज संभव है। मुझे विश्वास है कि जन भागीदारी की इस शक्ति से वर्ष 2025 तक भारत जरूर टीबी से मुक्त हो जाएगा।
Today is the birth anniversary of Deen Dayal Upadhyay. Mr. Modi called him a brilliant humanist, thinker and great son of India.
आज 25 सितंबर को देश के प्रखर मानवतावादी चिंतक और महान सपूत दीनदयाल उपाध्याय जी का जन्मदिन मनाया जाता है। दीनदयाल जी के विचारों की सबसे बड़ी खूबी यही रही है, उन्होंने अपने जीवन में विश्व की बड़ी बड़ी उथल-पुथल को देखा था। वो विचारधाराओं के संघर्षों के साक्षी बने थे। इसलिए उन्होंने एकात्म मानव दर्शन और अंत्योदय का एक विचार देश के सामने रखा, जो पूरी तरह भारतीय था। दीनदयाल जी का एकात्म मानव दर्शन एक ऐसा विचार है जो विचारधारा के नाम पर द्वंद्व और दुराग्रह से मुक्ति दिलाता है। उन्होंने मानव मात्र को एक समान मानने वाले भारतीय दर्शन को फिर से दुनिया के सामने रखा।
The Prime Minister said that the birth anniversary of freedom fighter Bhagat Singh will be celebrated on the 28th of September. He expressed happiness that Chandigarh Airport will now be named after Shaheed Bhagat Singh.
आज से 3 दिन बाद यानी 28 सितंबर को अमृत महोत्सव का एक विशेष दिन आ रहा है। इस दिन हम भारत माँ के वीर सपूत भगत सिंह जी की जयंती मनाएंगे। भगत सिंह जी की जयंती के ठीक पहले उन्हें श्रद्धांजलि स्वरूप एक महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय किया है। यह तय किया है कि चंडीगढ़ एयरपोर्ट का नाम अब शहीद भगत सिंह जी के नाम पर रखा जाएगा। हम अपने स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों से प्रेरणा लें, उनके आदर्शों पर चलते हुए उनके सपनों का भारत बनाएं, यही उनके प्रति हमारी श्रद्धांजलि होती है। शहीदों के स्मारक, उनके नाम पर स्थानों और संस्थानों के नाम हमें कर्तव्य के लिए प्रेरणा देते हैं।
Mr. Modi noted that the anniversary of the 2016 surgical strikes is another reason to celebrate on the 28th of September. The Prime Minister emphasized that climate change remains a major threat to marine ecosystems. He spoke about the coastal cleaning in the coastal areas of the country.
मैं देश के तटीय क्षेत्रों में कोस्टल क्लीनिंग की एक कोशिश, स्वच्छ सागर सुरक्षित सागर, इसके बारे में बात करना चाहूंगा। 5 जुलाई को शुरू हुआ यह अभियान बीते 17 सितंबर को विश्वकर्मा जयंती के दिन संपन्न हुआ। इसी दिन कोस्टल क्लीनअप डे भी था। आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव में शुरू हुई यह मुहिम 75 दिनों तक चली। इसमें जन भागीदारी देखते ही बन रही थी। इस प्रयास के दौरान पूरे 2.5 महीने तक सफाई के अनेक कार्यक्रम देखने को मिले। मैं उन सभी लोगों को बधाई देना चाहूंगा जिन्होंने इस अभियान में हिस्सा लिया।
Sign Language Day was observed on the 23rd of September. The Prime Minister pointed out that there were no clear gestures and no standards for sign language for many years. He said that emphasis has been given in the national education policy to maintain a fixed standard for sign language.
साइन लैंग्वेज के लिए कोई स्पष्ट हाव भाव तय नहीं थे, स्टैंडर्ड्स नहीं थे। इन मुश्किलों को दूर करने के लिए ही वर्ष 2015 में इंडियन साइन लैंग्वेज रिसर्च एंड ट्रेनिंग सेंटर की स्थापना हुई थी। मुझे खुशी है कि ये संस्थान अब तक 10,000 वर्ड्स और एक्सप्रेशंस की डिक्शनरी तैयार कर चुका है। 23 सितंबर को साइन लैंग्वेज डे पर कई स्कूली पाठ्यक्रमों को भी साइन लैंग्वेज में लॉन्च किया गया है। साइन लैंग्वेज के तय स्टैंडर्ड को बनाए रखने के लिए राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति में भी काफी बल दिया गया है। साइन लैंग्वेज की जो डिक्शनरी बनी है, उसके वीडियो बनाकर भी उनका निरंतर प्रसार किया जा रहा है। YouTube पर कई लोगों ने, कई संस्थानों ने इंडियन साइन लैंग्वेज में अपने चैनल शुरू कर दिए हैं। यानी 7-8 साल पहले साइन लैंग्वेज को लेकर जो अभियान देश में प्रारंभ हुआ था, अब उसका लाभ लाखों मेरे दिव्यांग भाई बहनों को होने लगा है।
The Prime Minister expressed pride that India is raising the flag of success in parasports. He recounted his meeting with Anvi from Surat in Gujarat and called it memorable. Anvi is afflicted with Down syndrome since birth. She had to undergo an open heart surgery when she was only 3 months old. Despite all these difficulties, Anvi started to learn yoga. Now she's become an expert in yoga and also participates in competitions across the country and wins medals. Mr. Modi highlighted that yoga gave a new life to Anvi. He noted with satisfaction that the world has accepted that yoga is very effective for physical and mental wellness. Mr. Modi stated that the United Nations has recognized and honored the India Hypertension Control Initiative that started in 2017. Under this, lakhs of people suffering from blood pressure problems are being treated in government wellness centers.
The Prime Minister said that a task force has been formed to monitor the cheetahs recently released at Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. He said the task force will observe how the cheetahs are adapting to their new environment. The Prime Minister stated that the reintroduction of cheetahs has made 130 crore Indians proud. He urged everyone to participate in a competition to be organized on the MyGov platform on cheetahs. He sought suggestions from people on naming the cheetahs. He added that traditional names related to Indian society and culture would be welcome. The year 2023 will be observed as the International Millet Year. The Prime Minister expressed happiness that many people have written to him about how they have made millets a part of their daily diet. Some people have also referred to traditional dishes made from millets. Mr. Modi called this as a sign of a big change. National Games are being organized in Gujarat from the 29th of this month. The Prime Minister called this a very special occasion as the National Games are being organized after many years. The previous events had to be cancelled due to the COVID pandemic. Mr. Modi gave his best wishes to every player who will participate in the National Games.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to use local, non-plastic bags this festive season. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister calls for intensifying Vocal for Local campaign, asks citizens to break all previous records of buying khadi, handloom or handicraft products. Mr. Modi expresses confidence in power of public participation to eliminate tuberculosis in India by 2025. Prime Minister hails renaming of Chandigarh Airport after Shaheed Bhagat Singh. Government to launch Swachh Taikathan, a unique competition to make toys from waste, tomorrow. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh interacts with Indian diaspora in US, says this is the best time to invest in India as the country is fast becoming an investment destination for the world. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov backs India's bid for permanent seat in UN Security Council. North Korea fires ballistic missile into sea off east coast of Korean Peninsula ahead of US-South Korea joint drills. And in cricket, third and final T20 international between India and Australia underway in Hyderabad. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
मुट्ठी भर अंग्रेज और हमारे विशाल देश पर राज करने का स्वप्न देख रहे हैं, पर हम इनके स्वप्न को चकनाचूर कर देंगे।
निकल पड़े स्वाधीनता के पथ भाले, स्वतंत्रता संग्राम की सुनी अनसुनी कहानियों के साथ स्वराज हर रविवार रात 9 बजे डीडी नेशनल पर।
Welcome back. You are tuned to the evening news on All India Radio. The Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry will launch the Swachh Taikathon tomorrow, a unique competition to make toys from waste. The competition will be open to individuals and groups to bring forth innovation in toy designs using dry waste. It will focus on efficient designs that can be replicated at a larger scale, toys that comply with minimum safety standards. The competition will be hosted on MyGov's Innovate India portal. Center for Creative Learning, IIT Gandhinagar, is the knowledge partner for the initiative. The demand for toys in the country is increasing due to strong economic growth, rising disposable incomes, and several innovations for the junior population. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate 5G services in the country at India Mobile Congress at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi on the 1st of October. In a tweet, National Broadband Mission, which operates under the Ministry of Communication, said the rollout of 5G services in the country will take India's digital transformation and connectivity to new heights. Union Minister for Communications and Information Technology Ashwini Vaishnaw has said that an investment of around $35 billion or 3 lakh crore rupees will be made for the 5G services. The Union Minister said this while addressing the 2-day Arogya Manthan program organized to celebrate 4 years of implementation of Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana ABPMJ on 1 year of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission ABDM. Speaking on the occasion, Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia said that the government is working with the vision of making healthcare accessible and affordable. He said so far, more than 19 crore Ayushman cards have been used and work will be expedited to generate more cards.
Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare Dr. Bharti Praveen Pawar has said that India's healthcare system has shown great efficiency not only in providing diagnostic and management facilities but also in minimizing mortality and maximizing recovery. The minister said this while addressing the 67th Foundation Day celebrations of All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi today. Dr. Pawar said under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the central government is working holistically with emphasis on preventive care while giving priority to tertiary health care. In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces neutralized 2 terrorists near line of control in Machil area of Kupwara district today. Police in a tweet said that arms and ammunition, including 2 AK-47 rifles, 2 pistols and 4 hand grenades have been recovered from the possession of the slain terrorists. The identity of the killed terrorists is being ascertained.
The National Testing Agency will declare the Common University Entrance Test Postgraduate CUET-PG results tomorrow. In a tweet, UGC Chairman Professor M. Jagadesh Kumar said the results will be announced by 4 p.m. The CUET-PG has been conducted for admission in PG programs in the central universities. As many as 66 universities have adopted this entrance test for admissions in the academic session 2022-23. Meanwhile, the UGC has instructed universities to create student-friendly portal for admission through the CUET PG score. Today is the 105th birth anniversary of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay. The BJP ideologue Deen Dayal Upadhyay was born in 1916 in Mathura. He was one of the founding members of the Janasangh, the forerunner to the BJP. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to the BJP ideologue on his birth anniversary. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur also paid tributes to Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay.
Mahalaya is being observed in different parts of the country today. Mahalaya marks the end of Pitra Paksh Shraddh and the beginning of Durga Puja festivities. On this day, Bengalis traditionally wake up in the morning to listen to Mahishasur Mardini, an audio montage of Chandi Path recitation from the scriptural verses of Sri Sri Chandi. Then they proceed to make food and water offerings to their ancestors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted the nation on the occasion of Mahalaya. In a tweet, he sought divine blessings from Ma Durga for the people. Prime Minister Modi has greeted everyone, particularly the Nari Shakti of Telangana, on the auspicious occasion of Batukamma. In a tweet, Mr. Modi hoped that this festival will deepen our connect with nature and interest in flowers.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashwani Ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of One Nation, One Tax GST, which binds India into an economic union, promotes Make in India, and has improved the ease of doing business.
The introduction of the Goods and Services Tax (GST) is a very significant step in the field of indirect tax reforms in India. By amalgamating a large number of central and state taxes into a single tax, GST mitigates ill effects of cascading or double taxation in a major way and paves the way for a common national market. GST was launched on the 1st of July 2017 in a majestic ceremony held in the Central Hall of Parliament on the midnight of 30th June 2017. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it is a revolutionary taxation system for the digital India. He said GST is not just a tax reform, but it is a landmark step towards economic and social reforms.
जीएसटी के तौर पर देश एक आधुनिक टैक्सेशन सिस्टम की ओर आज कदम रख रहा है, बढ़ रहा है। एक ऐसी व्यवस्था है जो ज्यादा सरल है, ज्यादा पारदर्शी है, जो काले धन को और भ्रष्टाचार को रोकने में एक अवसर प्रदान करती है। एक ऐसी व्यवस्था है जो ईमानदारी को अवसर देती है, जो ईमानदारी से व्यापार करने के लिए एक नया उत्साह और उमंग भरने की व्यवस्था इससे मिलती है। एक ऐसी व्यवस्था है जो नए गवर्नेंस के कल्चर को भी लेकर के आती है और जिसके द्वारा जीएसटी हम लेकर के आए।
From the consumer's point of view, the biggest advantage is in terms of reduction in the overall tax burden on goods. With this, the actual burden of indirect taxes on goods and services has become more transparent to the consumer. GST has been introduced to make Indian products competitive in the domestic and international markets owing to the full neutralization of input taxes across the value chain of production and distribution. It also encourages a shift from the informal to formal economy. Introduction of e-way bill ensures hassle-free movement of goods throughout the country. Senior economic expert Manoj Raut says that GST has replaced multi-layered complex indirect tax structure with a simple, transparent and technology-driven tax regime.
GST, this is one of the most innovative measures, one of the biggest reforms that the government of India has taken in the recent past. This will be one of the gateway to the reform measures as far as the taxation in our country is concerned. And we had so many complicated, tax issues, and many industries, individuals, they have been struggling, since its independence. And if you look at, our population, 1.4 billion population, and still there are only 8 and some odd number the taxpayers. So now the question is, and so every individual, the citizen has equal right, and how to really every individual contributes to our nation building. So this is the GST. It's one of the innovative measure, and that has come into force. I think we have to do a lot more in the coming years, and making every individual, every corporate house, every industry that to be accountable, and how they can contribute effectively, and this will help to for our nation building.
Before implementation of GST, Indian taxation system was a farrago of central, state and local area levies. India has adopted dual GST model because of its unique federal nature. Under this model, tax is levied concurrently by the centre as well as the states on a common base. GST levied by the centre is called Central GST, Central Tax CGST, and that being levied by the states is called State GST, State Tax or SGST. It is called UTGST, Union Territory Tax in the Union Territories without legislature. GST will have a multiplier effect on the economy with benefits accruing to various sectors such as exporters, small traders and entrepreneurs, agriculture and industry, common consumers. GST has promoted Make in India campaign and has improved the ease of doing business in India. GST has paved the way for one nation, one tax, one market.
देश भर में धूम मचाए ज्ञान का ये उपहार, मोबाइल पे आजादी क्वेस्ट आया आजादी का इतिहास। डाउनलोड कर रे आजादी क्वेस्ट, ये लो जीतो ढेरों इनाम, मौका पाए जुड़ने का रेडियो और डीडी के साथ। सिर्फ खेल नहीं उत्सव है, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव है, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव है।
डाउनलोड करें आजादी क्वेस्ट ऐप और पाएं ढेरों इनाम।
The India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement (CEPA) is creating a significant positive impact on India-UAE trade. Indian exports to the UAE, excluding petroleum products, grew from $5.17 billion during June to August last year to $5.92 billion during June to August this year. It denotes an increase of 14%. The CEPA agreement came into effect on the 1st of May this year. Commerce and Industry Minister said Indian imports from the UAE during the same period also grew from $5.56 billion to $5.61 billion.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended his greetings to the Prime Minister of Israel, Yair Lapid, people of Israel and the Jewish people around the world on the occasion of Rosh Hashanah. In a tweet, Mr. Modi hoped that this new year will bring good health, peace and prosperity to everyone. Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh has said this is the best time to invest in the country as India is fast becoming the investment destination for the world. He said this while interacting with the Indian diaspora in New York today. Dr. Singh said several pro-business reforms have been taken in the last 8 years. This includes reduction in compliance requirements, removal of retrospective taxation and simplification of the corporate tax rate structure. Dr. Singh also invited the non-resident Indians and persons of Indian origins to come and explore the great startup boom in India. He said with over 77,000 startups and 105 unicorns, the country's innovators, incubators and entrepreneurs are making a mark for themselves.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said India will work with the G20 members to address serious issues of debt, economic growth, food and energy security and environment. Dr. Jaishankar said this while addressing the 77th session of the UN General Assembly in New York last night. India will assume the presidency of the G20 for 1 year from the 1st of December this year to 30th of November next year. The G20 is an intergovernmental forum of the world's major developed and developing economies. Russia has backed India for becoming a permanent member of the UN Security Council. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the Security Council will be more democratic if countries from Africa, Asia and Latin America are included. Addressing the 77th United Nations General Assembly in New York, Mr. Lavrov said India and Brazil in particular are key international actors and should be counted for permanent membership in the Council. The Russian Foreign Minister accused Western countries of throwing a fit over the referendum that is being conducted in Russian-controlled areas of Ukraine on becoming a part of their federation. Earlier, India with 31 other countries in a joint statement on reform stated that an expansion of the Security Council in both permanent and non-permanent categories as well as reform in its working methods is indispensable to making the body more representative, legitimate, effective. Delegations reiterated.
North Korea today fired a ballistic missile towards the sea off its east coast of the Korean peninsula. It came after a U.S. aircraft carrier arrived in South Korea to participate in joint drills and ahead of a planned visit by the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris.
In cricket, the third and the final T20 international between India and Australia is underway in Hyderabad. Australia have set a victory target of 187 runs before India. India were 3 for no loss in 2 balls when reports last came in. Earlier, Australia posted 186 for 7 in the stipulated 20 overs. Akshar Patel was the most effective among the Indian bowlers, taking 3 wickets for 33 runs. The 3-match series is currently levelled at 1-1. And now, let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi is expected to have partly cloudy sky. In Jammu and Leh, we'll be having partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky. In the south, Hyderabad will have generally cloudy sky. Bengaluru will have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 22 and 32 degrees Celsius. In the northeast, Guwahati, Shillong, Gangtok, Agartala, Itanagar, Imphal. Aizawl and Kohima will have generally cloudy sky. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to use local non-plastic bags this festive season. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister calls for intensifying Vocal for Local campaign, asks citizens to break all previous records of buying khadi, handloom or handicraft products. Mr. Modi expresses confidence in power of public participation to eliminate tuberculosis in India by 2025. Prime Minister hails renaming of Chandigarh Airport after Shaheed Bhagat Singh. Government to launch Swachh Toycathon, a unique competition to make toys from waste tomorrow. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh interacts with the Indian diaspora in US, says this is the best time to invest in India as country fast becoming investment destination for the world. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov backs India's bid for permanent seat in the UN Security Council. North Korea fires ballistic missile into sea off east coast of Korean Peninsula ahead of the US-South Korea joint drills. And in cricket, Australia set a target of 187 runs before India in the third and the final T20 international in Hyderabad. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.